Picture this. You're the youngest member of the biggest boy band on the planet. You've just dropped a duet with one of America's biggest R&B legends. And then, out of nowhere, you get invited to perform on the single most iconic stage in the world. A stage watched by over 100 million people in one single night. A stage that legends like Beyoncé, Rihanna, and Michael Jackson have stood on before you. That's exactly what almost happened to Jungkook of BTS. But there was one problem. One problem that couldn't be negotiated, couldn't be delayed, and didn't care how big or how famous you were around the world. You still had to face it. Mandatory military service. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're breaking down news that's just been confirmed straight from RM of BTS himself, about a moment that almost changed K-pop history forever. Stick around till the end, because there's a twist that's leaving ARMY feeling proud, heartbroken, and relieved all at the same time. So let's start from the beginning of how this whole story unfolded. It all traces back to Jungkook's massive solo success. Back in 2023, he released his debut solo album, Golden. It was a huge deal, being the first fully English-language solo album from a BTS member. One of the standout tracks on that album was Standing Next to You, and it absolutely blew up on the global charts. Behind the scenes, some serious names were involved in making that happen. Hybe chairman Taehyung teamed up with music executive Scooter Braun, who now serves as CEO of Hybe America. Through that connection, Jungkook ended up collaborating with two big American artists on the remix of Standing Next to You, Jack Harlow, and, you guessed it, Usher. Yes, that Usher, the R&B legend whose music has soundtracked generations. His collaboration with Jungkook created a wave of momentum, and fans everywhere were hoping it would lead to something even bigger. And as it turns out, that hope actually did come true. Just not in the way anyone expected, and not something that reached the public until years later. According to a report from New York Magazine published in October 2024, it was revealed that Usher had personally invited Jungkook to perform together at the most iconic stage in American entertainment, the Super Bowl 2024 halftime show. Just imagine, Jungkook could have become the first K-pop artist in history to perform at the Super Bowl. But this news only became public knowledge years after the moment itself had already passed. And once it did, it sparked a massive wave of reactions from ARMY and Korean netizens alike. Now here's the part that left a lot of people with mixed feelings. The reason Jungkook couldn't take Usher up on that offer turned out to be something painfully simple. And for a lot of fans, painfully unfair. His military enlistment schedule. Jungkook officially enlisted on December 12, 2023, joining the 5th Infantry Division based in Yeoncheon, Gyeonggi Province, South Korea. Meanwhile, Super Bowl 2024 itself took place in February 2024, just about 2 months after he entered the military. So timing-wise, it really couldn't have worked out worse. The moment he left for service, every single opportunity in entertainment, no matter how massive, had to be left behind. When this story first broke in 2024, the backlash from Korean netizens was intense. A lot of people questioned why Hybe didn't try to push back his enlistment date for an opportunity this huge, especially since Jungkook was born in 1997. And under South Korean law, enlistment can actually be deferred up until the age of 30. Netizens even accused the agency of rushing every member into service as early as possible, just to shorten the group's overall hiatus. Some speculated the decision to turn down the offer wasn't even fully Jungkook's, but one made by the agency without properly consulting him. At the time, Hybe reportedly gave Korean outlet Ilgan Sports a painfully short statement, something along the lines of, "We have nothing to say on this." That brief, dismissive response only made fans angrier. Many felt Hybe had thrown away a golden opportunity to push Jungkook's solo career even further onto the world stage. Now here's where things get really interesting because of a recent update. What used to be just speculation and second-hand reporting was finally confirmed directly by BTS leader RM himself, in an exclusive interview with Rolling Stone. The interview came alongside the group's comeback with their new album Rumoured, released right after every member finished their military service. During that conversation, the moment that caught everyone's attention happened when the topic of the Super Bowl came up. J-Hope mentioned that performing at the Super Bowl had always been one of BTS's biggest dreams, a chance to introduce Korean culture to a truly global audience. But what really went viral was Jungkook's own reaction. The interviewer noticed his expression shift the second the words Super Bowl were mentioned, and asked him about it directly. Jungkook answered with a line loaded with meaning. "Of course I want to. But it's not up to us." That short answer sparked a wave of curiosity, and that's when RM stepped in and revealed the truth behind what had only been rumors until then. RM explained that Jungkook had actually come incredibly close to performing at the Super Bowl, because Usher really had invited him personally before his enlistment began. Unfortunately, none of it could happen because the timing clashed directly with Jungkook's departure for military duty. RM even said, "He almost did it." A simple line that captured just how close that historic moment came to actually happening. RM went on to praise the Super Bowl as the biggest stage in the world, and expressed hope that one day BTS as a full group might get the chance to perform there. He said that if the opportunity ever came around again, they'd absolutely want to take it. So this isn't just a rumor or a foreign media report anymore. It's now something confirmed directly by BTS's own leader. And this is where things get really interesting, because ARMY's reaction to all of this has been a genuine mix of heartbreak and relief. On one hand, a lot of fans are deeply disappointed. Think about it, this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Some fans commented things like, "I'm not even that big of a fan, but I feel so sad he missed out on something this huge." Others pointed out that the Super Bowl isn't just about chart numbers or Grammy wins, it's about timing, and if that timing had lined up with the peak of his solo career, the impact could have been massive. But on the other hand, there's a whole group of fans who are genuinely relieved this never happened. Why? Because that same year, in 2024, Usher's name got tangled up in a huge legal controversy involving Diddy. Connected to allegations of sexual abuse and human trafficking, Usher was known to be close with Diddy, and some reports even claimed Usher was the one who originally introduced Justin Bieber to Diddy's circle years earlier. Because of that, a lot of ARMY members ended up seeing Jungkook's enlistment almost like a strange blessing in disguise, something that kept him far away from any possible connection to that controversy. Comments expressing relief started flooding in, with phrases essentially saying, "Thank God that happened," becoming a running sentiment, especially among fans expressing a mix of relief and resignation. So in a way, this whole situation became a real-life example of how fate sometimes works in the strangest ways. Something that looked, at first, like a devastating missed opportunity, ended up looking, in hindsight, like a hidden blessing. Zooming out a bit, this whole story really highlights something important. Just how much sacrifice Korean idols are expected to make, even after reaching the absolute peak of global fame. Jungkook, at a young age, had already made history as the first BTS member to release a full English-language solo album. His track 7, from the Golden Album, was actually originally written by Scooter Braun for Justin Bieber, before it ended up going to Jungkook instead and turning into a massive global hit. But no matter how huge that achievement was, South Korea's military service law applies equally to every male citizen, celebrities included, without exception. It doesn't matter how big your career is, or how much you might have to give up. It's also a reminder of just how deeply South Korea values discipline and national duty. Jungkook himself opened up emotionally during his service, talking about the fear and pressure he felt, far away from the stage lights and the spotlight he was so used to living under. Now that every member of BTS has completed their military service, they've reunited and released their comeback album Arirang, while also kicking off their first world tour in 4 years. RM summed up the group's mindset going forward, saying BTS has no interest in playing it safe, and that they intend to keep pushing boundaries with their music. So that's the full story behind the Super Bowl opportunity that almost became Jungkook's, before it slipped away because of a call to serve his country. A moment layered with so many emotions at once. Heartbreak over a missed opportunity, and relief over dodging a controversy that came right after. So what do you think? Are you in the camp that's still mourning this missed opportunity? Or are you like a lot of ARMY who are actually grateful it worked out this way? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like, subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an update on BTS and the world of K-pop. See you in the next video, and keep supporting BTS.